So that's a look at some hard hits in the world of hockey. And as we stated before, we're being joined on the phone now by Brianna Decker, a name known to many fans of hockey all over this region, especially all over Wisconsin. And we're glad to have one of the leading scorer of the Boston Pride hockey team on the phone now. Brianna, thanks for joining. I'm Paul. Horace is alongside. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing great, thank you. There's so much we want to cover with you, especially the pro game. But if it's all right, I'd like to dial things back a little bit to where you started, your roots in hockey, and I'm assuming that was in Wisconsin?
Yeah, that was. I played in Wisconsin until I was in 8th grade.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about Shattuck St. Mary's. We were talking off air. We know that that's quite a factory, if you will, for hockey.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I would say it's my high school years when I was there, 9 through 12, was probably my game changer for my sport. I think the growth that they use to help players get better is unbelievable.
What was the best part of going to that school? Because we've heard so much about it.
Well, honestly, I mean, you have top guys in the NHL who've gone there: Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Taves, and Zach Parise. Those guys, obviously are the face of Shattuck. But it was amazing how much support you have from every faculty member, every staff member. Everybody cares and wants you to get to the next level.
Okay, and then from there, obviously, you went to Wisconsin, and you had, to put it mildly, a very successful career at Wisconsin.
Yeah, I signed with Wisconsin after my junior year in high school, and it was a great decision. I obviously was ready to go back home towards Wisconsin and be able to have my family support throughout my college career.
That's great. Brianna, let me ask you about the new league. Tell us about that. How excited is everybody around Boston what kind of promotions they doing to get it going? And you think it can really stick a women's league around New England?
Yeah, I think our league has 4 teams in it: Buffalo, and then a team from New York and Brooklyn area,
yep,
and Stamford, Connecticut, and then here in Boston. And honestly, it's unbelievable. From a marketing standpoint, our league has done a tremendous job on getting support and fans to our games. And so, hopefully, this league's going to take off and has a huge future for women's hockey.
Well, I've got to tell you, Brianna, it was Sunday. I was at my house. Usually I'd throw football on, but I gravitated towards Nesson, and I caught your game against New York. And I was very, very impressed with the level of skill I saw with the puck handling. And it looks like you had a pretty good crowd there, too, at the Bright Landry Center at Harvard.
Yeah, the fan support was unbelievable on Sunday. It was a home opener, so I think that helped a little bit. But we're hoping to get fans back every home game that we have throughout the rest of the season. But I couldn't find anything negative about the game. It was unbelievable, and having New York give us a big run for our money, and obviously they came out with the best outcome. But it was a great game overall.
Well, over the years, I've learned to grow a hatred for anything related to New York teams. That was a good game. That goalie for New York was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, she's quite a competitor, and I give her a lot of respect. She's very athletic, and she stood on her head twice against us in the last 2 weeks. So we're gonna have to figure a way to get past her.
Well, you've certainly done your part in getting past other goalies. I know the Pride has scored 20 goals. You've got 5 of them. I think you're in a 9 total goals. Take us through a week in the life of a professional woman hockey player here in Boston.
Yeah, honestly, I work hard Monday through Thursday, and then I kind of have a couple days to relax before our games on Sunday. So I kind of keep myself busy, kind of supporting some of the colleges around the Boston area and kind of go to their games. It's interesting to see because those are the players that are going to be up and coming in the pro league in the future. So I have a lot of teammates who play in the U.S. team who are playing or coaching on the teams around the Boston area. And so it's a good opportunity for me to give back in that way. But besides that, I just kind of take it easy on Friday and Saturdays and prepare and make sure I'm getting enough sleep for Sunday's game.
Sure. And how often are you practicing?
We practice only twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's one area where we wish we could get a little bit more ice time throughout the week. It benefits us tremendously.
And is that all done at Harvard, or do you use other rinks for practice?
Right now we practice at Everett Arena in Everett, Mass. And it's perfect location for all of us to get there every night.
Okay, and to go back to when you were a youth, I mean, right now, as you're well aware, girls hockey, women's hockey is so popular right now in this country. What advice would you have for a young girl who's either thinking of starting out playing hockey or who might be in high school and wants to maybe step it up to the next level?
Yeah, I think it's awesome that they have a future beyond college hockey now. Obviously, when a lot of us were growing up, it was like, I want to be in the Olympics, win a gold medal, or I want to play in the NHL. But obviously, the NHL aspirations fade away as you start to get older and realize that we can't keep up with the guys. But, I love that we have this new pro league for girls to actually aspire to be a pro women's hockey player. And, I think that if they're interested in getting on the skates and being able to compete with other girls, then they should go for it.
And let's say, being a pro, if your general manager wanted to make a trade with the Buffalo Beauts, are there salary cap restrictions he's going to have to worry about, like Don Sweeney does with the Bruins?
I'm not quite sure with all that all works out. I think I'm sure there is some sort of trade deals or whatnot. But if I had to pick one player up from the Buttes to play in Boston, it'd probably be Megan Duggan.
And what do you think? What can be done from the league's perspective to help grow this game? You're obviously in an ultra-competitive sports market. You've got a team in Foxborough that's undefeated right now. You've got a baseball team that people love. You've got a pro hockey team, obviously the Bruins, not to mention the Celtics. You've got the National Collegiate Men's Hockey Champions 40 miles down the road. So it's not like you guys are the only game in town.
Yeah, I think one thing that helps is that we play our games on Sundays, usually around 3 in Boston. So I think people kind of, besides the NFL, if there's a game on, I feel like people, it's easy for people to go to get some free, some entertainment on the weekend. So that's one thing. I think the marketing department with the NWHL has put a lot of time and thought into being able to make it easy for our fans to support us.
That's awesome.
That's great. Brianna, this is Horace. Let me ask you about the Olympics. That's still relatively new sport to the Olympics, women's hockey. And what was your experiences with that?
Well, obviously, getting the chance to go represent your country at any Olympics is quite an honor. And so being able to train with, 23 of your best friends for 6 months or for 4 years before that, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to get over there and compete with your team.
Brianna, let me ask you again. You said you go head to head with the NFL, which is tough, but that'll end in another 6 weeks, 8 weeks. How long is your schedule, and how many games do you play?
We play 18 games in the season, and so 9 are away and 9 are home.
Yeah.
And it ends around end of February.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. And they have playoffs at that point?
Yeah, we have I think it's a 3-game playoff type thing. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I kind of just take it game by game at this point.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Just keep putting the puck in the net and let the chips fall where they may.
We're speaking with Brianna Decker of the Boston Pride. Brianna, let me ask you, what is the difference, in your opinion? You've played in both leagues, the Canadian Women's Hockey League and now in the National Women's Hockey League.
Honestly, I think the only difference that I really noticed is that we're getting paid right now, and which is awesome. And I think we deserve to get paid. I think we work our butts off every day to get better. But both leagues are very competitive, and I'm hoping that someday we can join the leagues together because, across the border they have a lot of talent over there, and it's a lot to women's hockey.
Well, you've certainly had experience playing against Canadians, albeit in a different venue in the international stage. What were those games like?
Yeah, when U.S. and Canada get head-to-head, those are the best games that I look forward to. And they have so much skill over there, but we do as well. And so it's just fun to get out there and be competitive, and we're both fighting for the same thing. And it's an honor to represent our country and hopefully pull out a win every time.
Well, you're certainly a worthy representative of the sport of hockey in general, and I'm not just going to say women's hockey, but the sport in general. Your enthusiasm is resonating with us. What's the best part of being a pro hockey player?
I would say the best part is being able to grow the sport. I think that it's come such a long way in the past, 5-10 years. And so being able to be a pro hockey player right now and be a representative of women's hockey and being able to have girls look up to us is an honor.
Well, that's great. You've done such a wonderful job being a role model for those young girls, and we want to thank you for your time. Best of luck throughout the inaugural season of the National Women's Hockey League, and we'll be looking for you on Nesson. And Bob and I don't know a whole lot about Harvard because we never made it too close there, but maybe getting to a game will be the one way we can get to Harvard.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much, Paul.
Okay, Brianna, thank you.
Brianna, thank you. Good luck.